What's up, y'all? It's your boy Preston, and we are here with the second unit: Christian, Sahil, Dez, and Gokul. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. It's been a good day.
Shoot,
I'm ready,
you can't
man.
Complain. You can't complain.
I'm excited, man. Let's
See
get it
Gokul
going.
Gokul got the flex right now with that gold shirt on
The
right now.
gold shirt on.
He ran 3 miles under 7 minutes in the 8th grade or whatever. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right. For all you guys who don't know, we are the second unit, which basically means we come off the bench because we aren't that great. But you know what? We're good enough to get your attention and to get your likes and your subscription, hopefully down below. So we got Gokul, who is, just a nice guy in general. What do you love to do, Gokul?
I like to argue about random stuff that doesn't matter most of the time.
Random stuff that doesn't matter. Yeah, sounds
I
about
respect
right.
it. I respect it.
Then we've got Sahil, who is also a very nice guy. He goes to UC Irvine, and he loves his anteaters. Tell him what's up, Sahil.
What's up? I'm excited for this podcast. I'm excited to yell at Gokul and Christian every opportunity I get. And like Gokul said, I'm excited to argue about absolutely nothing important.
Great to hear. We are all excited to argue about nothing important at all. But you know what? You guys wouldn't be here if you didn't think it was important. So here we are. And then next, we've got Christian, the man with the plan, Mr. LMU. Well, we've got two Mr. LMUs, but, got to shout out the main man,
Rep.
Christian. What's up, Christian?
Rep. How's it going, everybody? I'm just in here to make sure I can cut down the blasphemy provided by Goku and Star Verdi.
Me?
Those gonna be some issues, but they'll figure it out.
They will figure it out indeed, one way or another. And then finally, we've got Mr. Dez. Dez the Prez. Mr. Streamer.
Disaster.
Disaster. How you doing, Dez?
Low key, you know what I'm saying? We're taking it easy, taking it one day at a time, you know what I'm saying?
For real, man. I feel that.
Yeah, I'm not
All
gonna
right.
hold you.
All right, so Gokul, go ahead and get started.
So we're gonna be going over our top 10 all-time NBA players, and it's like all feelings, no facts. I'm mostly facts. I know some other guys go more feelings, but I'm gonna start at the 10th and I'm gonna work my way up.
I like
so
that.
at 10, I know I'm gonna have a lot of people disagreeing with me on this one, but I thought about it and I think he deserves a spot on this list. At number 10, we got the great Bill Russell with 11 rings.
All right, I like
Number 9, we got the big fundamental, the guy who won 5 rings, Mr. Tim Duncan.
Wait, Gokul,
Above that,
Wait, Gokul, wait a second. I just want to write yours down so I can compare it. What you got?
So we got Bill Russell at 10, and number 9, we got big fundamental Tim Duncan.
All right, 8, go ahead.
Now at number 8, we got arguably the most dominant big man of all time, the Black Tornado, Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay. All right.
And number 7,
Keep it rolling.
now I know you guys don't really like the Celtics, but I think he deserves a spot on this list. We got the great Larry Bird. At number 6, we have possibly the most athletic center in the history of the game. We got Wilt Chamberlain. He had a 58-inch vertical, bench press over 500 pounds at one point in his career. And our former governor, Arnold, said that when he shook his hand, he thought his hand was going to break. So,
Arnold
pretty
said
good.
that?
yeah,
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's
what
what-
Arnold
Don't
said,
doubt.
man.
Don't doubt the Schwarzenegger.
I don't believe. I don't.
No,
That's crazy.
Man,
Man.
Christian, stop hating.
Was a track star. He did the high jump in college, set some records, deserved a spot. Also, he's a WWE wrestler as well. So, at number 5, we got the great Kobe Bryant.
I'm not gonna
RIP.
hold you, Goku. You gotta speed through these a little bit faster. We lagging. We lagging.
RIP Kobe Bryant. At number 4, we have a man who got his career cut short, but up until that point was absolutely probably the best passer of all time. We got Magic Johnson. Number 3, we got the guy going for his 4th ring right now, LeBron James. Number 2, we got the man with the most MVPs of all time, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And at number 1, we have, obviously, the great Michael Jordan. And that's my top 10 list.
All right, let me ask you this question real quick, Gokul.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you honestly think, like, just feelings, no facts right here, right now. Do you honestly think that Kareem is a better basketball player than LeBron?
Well, what I take into account is like the individual talent and also the careers they had. I think LeBron is overall probably a better player. Like, you know, he can shoot, pass, stuff like that. But taking career into account, I think Kareem barely edges out LeBron at this point. And that's just what I have to say about that one, I guess.
Fair enough.
All right.
Let's hear
I
yours,
think you
Christian.
gotta give us a list then. Nah, you asking the questions. I think you gotta.
Oh, you want me to give my list?
Yeah.
All right, my
Go
list.
ahead.
Here we go. At number 10, I'm going to get a lot of hate right now. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant at number
Wow.
10. Number 9, Kareem. Number 8, Wilt. Number 7, Larry Bird.
Yo.
Number 6, Shaq. Number
Yo,
5,
stop it. We
Jordan.
don't want to hear you.
Number
You're done.
4,
No, hold on.
Magic.
Don't wanna hear
Number
you.
3, Kobe.
Wait. Go back to 5.
LeBron.
Go back to
Number
5.
1,
Whoa.
Wait, Preston. Hold up. Can you read your list again? Cause I need to write these down. You got
Yeah, go
KD.
5. Go 5.
Number
Go.
9, you got Kareem.
Wait,
Number
I'll
9, you got
reread it.
Kobe.
I'll reread it after. Wait, start from 5. I missed out like 5, 4, 3.
Hakeem, 5.
Okay.
Magic, 4. Kobe, 3. LeBron, 2. Jordan, 1.
Preston.
The
man.
one guy
Hakeem.
I wish
You put
I could have
Hakeem
put on
over
here
Kareem.
was Tim Duncan.
You put Hakeem over Kareem.
I did.
Yo, Sal, can you
Whoa.
All right,
can you
we-
read
He was a
that?
better player. He
We-
was a better player.
Let me-
Whoa.
Read
let
back
me-
the list
Who
real quick
played in a
for Sal.
tougher era.
Preston's got Wait, go on. You go ahead, Des. Go ahead, Des.
Hakeem beat Kareem, one-on-one.
When he was old.
Okay, when?
Yeah.
When he old.
I'm not going for that.
All right.
Okay,
yo,
let me
Sal,
reread the list.
Start again.
Number 10, Preston's got KD. Number 9, he's got Kareem. 8, he's got Wilt. 7, Bird. 6, Shaq. 5, Hakeem. 4, Magic. 3, Kobe. 2, Bron, and 1, MJ. That's a hot take, Preston. KD at number 10.
That's a hot take.
steaming
I don't know
hot
if I
take.
like
This might be the
one.
steam.
I don't know if I like this one.
This is the Steam Room podcast. Gonna be on TNT, man. Jeez, Preston. Wait, okay, wait. Why do you have KD over guys like Tim Duncan, Bill Russell?
Because he's arguably just watching him play, he's arguably one of the greatest scorers of all time. Arguably top 5 scorer all time. Because he's literally a 7-footer who can handle the ball like a guard. He can shoot. He can literally has unlimited range. He's just ridiculous. Like, come on, man.
He is an MVP
So-
and 2-time champion too. Yeah,
Preston, let me ask you: do you think KD was more offensively skilled than Kobe?
No.
Okay.
that's fair.
Do you think he was a better scorer than Kobe or not?
Probably more efficient, but overall, no, he's not as skilled. So
Well, I think they played in different
Kobe's the most
eras.
skilled player of all time, bro.
It's not
That's
fair. It's not fair for efficiency because they play in 2 totally different eras. Like at
That's
least when they were
true
in
as
their
well.
primes. When they're in their primes, like those, like the early 2000s, players weren't generally that efficient unless they were big men. So
So,
perimeter players-
Preston, real quick, if you don't mind me asking, can you name your top 3 to 4 scorers like in order, all time?
probably Jordan, Kobe. That's all I can probably think of right off the top of my head, but
And then KD after that, probably.
possibly.
All right, let's just move on.
Yeah, I'm
to,
not sure.
Let's just move on to the next top 10 because we gotta get through some more. All right, who wants to go next? Dez,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So number 1, Danny Green.
Fuck out of here.
Green.
Are we going from 10 up or we going one down?
Yeah, just go 10 up.
10.
So it's more like suspenseful.
Yeah, so number 10 I have Hakeem.
All right.
9 I have Bill.
All right.
Russell. My bad. I said Bill. Like it could have been
Walton.
Willie.
No, we all know who that is.
Then
Nah,
I
the
got-
science guy.
I got Tim Duncan.
All right.
Then I got Larry Bird.
All right.
I got Magic.
All right.
Then I got Shaq. And then Kareem. LeBron James. Kobe.
Ooh,
And then MJ.
that is. Yo,
Right.
we can't
Give
see
me a
go.
top 5 again.
Top 5 again?
Yeah.
Hey, let me count. I can't count. I didn't have a number. Alright.
So
one
you want me to
MJ.
just read back?
Yeah. You got it.
So you got MJ, number 1. 2, you got Kobe. 3, you got LeBron. 4, you got Kareem. And 5, you got Shaq. That's his top 5.
Any dispute?
Okay.
No one's gonna point out the.
Okay. Let's
The-
just get
the
through them. Let's just
only-
get through them. Sal, you want next or me?
I'll get
I
next.
think we should just go through it first, then like discuss it, I guess, or disputes. Or
I'll
Alright,
get next.
let's
I'll
go.
get next.
Sal, go
Alright. Okay. I think I have a pretty fair one. I think I have a fair one. All right. Number 10. I don't know. This is I'm kind of in a toss up for this one, but I'm gonna give number 10 to Hakeem. Number 9, I got Wilt. Number 8, I got Bird. 7, I got Shaq. 6, I have Tim Duncan. 5, I have Magic. 4, I have Kobe. 3, I have Kareem because 2, I have LeBron if he wins, which he probably will win this ring. And then 1, I got Jordan. No one coming at my throat?
No,
Oh, okay.
No,
we'll discuss
no.
it after. We'll discuss it after.
All right. So mine is actually pretty close. Pretty close to you and Gokul. I see y'all save the best for last, so it has a few tweaks on it, but we're gonna get into it. So here's
You're just
from
gonna
10.
steal out of this.
Here's
bro.
from 10 down. All right. So at number 10, we have Bill Russell. All due respect to the legend Bill Russell. We all know what he did historically. He got the NBA on the map. He did so much for race relations, so on and so forth. But I just think in terms of
Speed it up,
era,
speed it up.
an era, you gotta do a little. Number 9.
Bro, you speeding everybody to speed it up, bro. I don't need the prelude preface.
All right, number 9, I got both the Celtics at the bottom of the top 10. Number 9, you got Larry Bird.
All right.
Number 8, I have Tim Duncan. Number 7, I have Wilt. Number 6, I have Shaq. Number 5, I have Magic. Number 4, I have Kareem. And number 2 and 3, it's a tie. I'm sorry. 2 and 3, I got Kobe and LeBron tied right now. And then number 1, I got MJ. Of course, as everyone else should. MJ number 1.
All right, I will say, Christian, going into the season, I had Kobe over Bron, but after this season, I don't know. I just had to give it to him. That's why he's above Kobe. Kobe and Kareem, he passed up this year, in my opinion, especially after winning the ring.
He hasn't won a ring yet.
He's gonna win it.
I hope so. But he hasn't won it yet.
3 turnovers. in the
I've
first
been telling
quarter.
people if he wins 1 or 2 rings, I think if he wins 1 or 2 rings with the Lakers, he's the GOAT.
If he gets 2, I think it's 2.
2. I'm at 2.
Yeah, me too.
But he hasn't won the ring yet, so I'm not just gonna gift it. Sorry, I can't do that.
That's fair.
Especially not after tonight, bro. Like I know it's just one game. He's had a legendary performance over the whole season, leading the league in assists. He's had a great playoff performance. He hasn't even had to go into playoff LeBron mode, just because the team has actually been pretty decent through the entire postseason. AD's done so much, but I just can't give it right now. It's a tie 2-3 for Kobe and LeBron.
Fair.
All right. So I'm gonna just start talking about some things I found that were interesting or outliers. So to start with, Sal's the only one who had Kobe outside of his top three out of all our lists. Dez was the only one that had Kobe over LeBron, which I thought
Wait,
was
no,
interesting.
Gokul, you had Kobe at 5.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hell no, it's
I
on
guess
list,
me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Preston's was actually probably the most wild one. I thought having Kareem at 9
By far.
was kind of. I mean, it is
Kind of
what it is.
That's
but
kind of disrespectful.
I
Wait,
thought
Brett,
that was
wait,
kinda
wait.
That is
Can
major
we
disrespect.
can we ask Preston to elaborate on why he picked Kareem? Oh, I mean Hakeem over Kareem, and over Shaq too. You have Hakeem over Shaq too.
Yeah, sorry. I just really like Hakeem. I think he's probably skilled center in NBA history. He's probably the best overall center in NBA history. He's had multiple quadruple doubles in his career. I know we don't want to spit facts, but or I don't want to spit facts at least, but that's just my feelings. I just feel like he's one of the most skilled centers of all time. I think there's a debate for Shaq over him because Shaq's probably the most dominant player of all time as far as just, athletically, he's just a freak of nature and just an absolute beast. But Hakeem was close to that. He was a giant, and he was obviously very gifted as far as his body movements, his movements in the post. His dream shake is iconic, and I just think he's one of the best overall center of all time.
Oh wait, I don't want to interrupt you, but
Where
where the
did
heck?
Dez go?
Yeah, I was about to say. Okay, Dez back. All right, we're good. All right, so you're using more of the eye
Oh,
test. That's fair. That's fair.
I'll give you this. Hakeem's definitely the best defender on this entire page of all these names I have from everyone's list. Hakeem's the best defender,
Yeah.
and
Ooh, Christian
I mean,
looked like he liked that take.
I-
Gokul.
you think there's a better defender on this list than Hakeem, Christian?
Christian.
I don't
No,
think so.
I'm not gonna say that he's not the best, but you made it sound like it was an easy decision.
Putting Hakeem over who?
No. I'm just saying. I think it's the easy decision that he's the best defender on the list. Probably.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. The closest one after that's maybe like Jordan or something. I guess.
All right, wait. So let me ask this. I just realized that none of us put the Big O in our top 10. And I feel like in years past, like a lot of us would have put Big O. Do you guys think it's because Russell Westbrook kind of made the triple double seem a little overrated?
I think that's one part of it, but then the other part of it is like he's fallen in the point guard rank significantly. Like I think Stephen Curry's probably better than him at this point, or will definitely be by that time his career's over. Like I just think there's too many point guards that I would take over the Big O at this point. And like you said, Russell Westbrook normalized triple doubles, and then you guys got guys like Luka and LeBron who could probably almost average a triple double if they wanted to. Same with James Harden.
No, yeah, because not gonna lie, like in years past, I definitely put the Big O in my top 10 because of that triple double. But over the past few years, and looking at research from back then, like how fast the pace was, especially that year, how ridiculous the numbers were that people averaged. Like that's the same year we'll average 50 and 25. So
I actually remember the year
That's
that
insane.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook did average the triple double the first time. I actually worked it out for pace, and I mean Oscar still would have put crazy numbers in like that year, but his numbers would have been like 25, like 7 and 8, which is not a triple double. So adjusted for pace, but I mean I don't know if you can take it like out of context and put in a different era, but that's why I don't have him there anymore. And I'd just like to point out, like, it was a really hard decision between Bill Russell and Hakeem for me.
Me
I thought
too,
they
me
were
too.
pretty close.
that's why I took a second before I said my 10th, but I had to put Hakeem above him. I don't have him at 5th like Preston though, but I don't know if he's
Also,
the best center. of all time.
Preston, you said Hakeem's the most skilled big man on the list, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even that I'd say is close. I'd say like Tim Duncan's definitely like close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Tim
that's-
Duncan, that was the one guy where I was like, man, like I was debating putting him on the list.
Oh, I just,
Well, he wasn't even in
I
the
feel
top
like he
10,
deserved
huh?
to be
yeah,
top 10.
I didn't even realize Preston was in your top 10.
I didn't realize that. I don't know.
5-time
That's-
champion? Isn't he a 2-time MVP? Or is he one-time MVP?
Yeah, not 2 times.
Wow. Dang,
Yeah.
Preston.
Care about those stats.
all that matters
Will
in
you
basketball is
bring
winning.
up the quadruple? All that matters is the quadruple double stats.
I mean, I was just, and I
Ooh.
literally said after that, I know I don't like to bring stats into it, but it just shows like how well of like an overall center he was, how balanced he was.
Hey, yo,
Let me
just,
point
very
out
versatile.
there was 2 incidents that Tim Duncan was 1 or 2 blocks away from a quadruple double as well.
Yeah, and that's why you guys brought him up as being the second most
I
skilled
mean, I
big
don't know
man
if
of
I
all
brought
time.
him up.
Well,
I brought him up for that reason.
I think we just noticed that he
I
was
didn't
out of
really
your top 10, and I think he was in everyone else's. Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Can you elaborate why you think Bill or Tim Duncan overall or KD overall was like in general had a better career or was a better player than Tim Duncan?
yeah, that was more just based on gut feeling. Just because I feel like Kevin Durant is just he's an anomaly, right? So there's like him and Magic Johnson are like two guys that are kind of like anomalies in and Shaq, I guess, anomalies in the basketball world. They're very unique, nothing like them, and I don't know. I just think KD's ridiculous. I think he's gotten his legacy has gone down because he went to the Golden State Warriors. I think if he would have, I don't know if he would have won a ring because of LeBron, but I think people would have him higher up on their lists if he didn't go to the Warriors and he continued to, or maybe even if he wasn't injured this year and he had played this season with the Nets. I think we'll all see next year what I'm talking about.
Fair.
Mhm.
what about Max Kelly?
And I would like to I would like to bring over the discussion to
That was a Max Kellerman take right there.
Hey,
Yo,
I had to stop
Dez,
streaming,
is
though.
your-
It was lagging. It broke.
oh.
Yeah,
Oh, your
I would
stream's
take
down
your
now?
controller further away from your mic too, by the way.
Bro, my controller's under my table.
Are you gonna
This
try
is
to
some
start up your
flicker.
stream again or not?
Nah, not right now. Cause I know what's wrong with it. I have to restart it.
I would now like to bring over my questioning to Dez. I believe Dez was the only one who had Kobe over LeBron. So can you please elaborate why you think so?
I don't think LeBron. I think Kobe has the same issue or had the same issues to some extent, but in terms of making players better, I don't think he does that well. I think,
LeBron?
yeah.
Whoa.
No,
Whoa, that's a hot take.
Goku and I talked about this,
Slightly
bro.
to the left, turn
No.
left,
Go- I kind of agree with Dez. Goku and I talked about this
A
in
lot
the
of
past.
players play better. Kevin Love played better.
LeBron
Most of the Celtics, or not Celtics, Cavaliers played better after they left.
LeBron, here's the thing. LeBron makes really bad players like better and good, but he makes really good players worse,
Yeah, that's not
which you
a
can see
good-
over the course of the career.
I mean,
like,
Danny
he
Green
made
has been
Chris
good
Bosh
right
in his
now,
spot
he's
up.
garbage.
But I mean, besides like this specific Laker teams in years
This-
past, he'll
this-
turn really bad players into like borderline all stars.
This year's the
But,
complete
I mean-
opposite. This year's the complete. I feel like he made the role players, except for the playoffs, like a little worse. And then
Yeah, but
AD's better because of him.
I kind of just disregard that a little bit because it's like an anomaly. I don't know if it'll stay the same, but I mean, you go look at the Miami Heat team. He turned Chris Bosh into a spot up. Numbers went down. Kevin Love
I
went
will
into-
say
from
this.
like a dominant post player into a spot up 3-point shooter.
I will say
Got
this.
way worse.
It's not that I completely disagree with what Dez was saying. It's that I think players do play a little bit better with LeBron. But I when he was on the Cavs and everyone was saying, "Look at his team, look at his team, look at his team," when year over year it was crafted as he wanted, and you look at players like Jay Crowder, Jordan Clarkson, George Hill, when they're on the Cavs, they're like, "Dang, these players are actual garbage." But as soon as they got traded back off the team, they were good contributing players again.
It's like
And
Dez was
before they were
saying.
on that team, they were good contributing players. So yeah, I get the point. I definitely get the point.
So your argument is like overall he makes players worse in general.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the same page. Like once he, or if he wins this year, right?
Wait.
He's definitely gonna be up
Oh.
over Kobe.
I don't think Dez is saying that he makes his teammates worse. I think he's just saying they don't. He doesn't maximize their potential, especially like the role players. That's a good point.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think, like I said, I think he makes bad players like the best they can possibly be, and like really good players get worse. Like Delonte West got better.
I think it's
Way
just
better
his,
than
Didn't Delonte West smash his mom? Who smashed him?
yo.
That's what made him better.
oh wait, is that Delonte West?
Yeah, it was
I think
Delonte.
so.
It was Delonte.
The homeless
He
dude?
had motivation. What do you mean? It wasn't. I mean, it was the Jordan. I mean, not the Jordan. The James name, but not LeBron James.
I would argue that
Okay.
LeBron's play style is very picky, right? So to be able to play well with him, you have to play a certain way because he has the ball in his hands so much. This year is the first year he's deferred to somebody, and that person is Anthony Davis, right? And so he's really focused on making Anthony Davis better.
Well, I mean, Preston
You
and I
pretty much
talked.
have to be like a 3-and-D player.
Preston and I we were talking
Only
about this
stuff
earlier
is,
in the
like,
season
anyway.
though. Like, it seems like a lot of possessions though AD just like standing in the corner, versus when AD was on his own team, he'd be touching the ball every single time. Well, I know that like happens because obviously LeBron's on the team too, but you know what I mean? Like he's just not. I feel like AD could do more too sometimes watching the games.
Oh yeah, it makes for boring basketball.
Yes, because
I
all
agree.
of LeBron, like LeBron's play style is just yeah, there's no movement on the offense. It's very stationary. It's all pick and roll based,
Yeah.
spot up based, isolation based. Whereas Kobe, obviously he ran the triangle with Phil Jackson. Jordan
Yeah.
ran the triangle with Phil Jackson. So they were experts at operating from the post within that offense.
Yeah.
And that's what made those teams so great.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's different areas.
I agree with you guys. I agree that, I mean, just this whole playoffs run that we've seen, I can name multiple teams that I thought were more exciting to watch
Heat.
offensively than the
The
Lakers.
Heat are more
Exciting.
Yep.
Denver was probably more exciting, in my opinion. I think the Mavs were more exciting to
The
watch.
Celtics were exciting for a bit.
Celtics,
Every team the Lakers have
They're
played so far in the playoffs have been more exciting to watch an offense.
Not the
Yeah.
Clippers because they couldn't execute.
No, they didn't play the Clippers. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
They didn't play the Clippers.
Oh, I meant. I'm sorry.
Like-
the
I
So
Trailblazers.
are the Lakers the new Spurs? Is that what you're saying right now?
Definitely not.
Well, the
No.
Spurs have way more ball
'Cause
movement.
the
the
Spurs.
Spurs have way better
Yeah.
ball movement.
I know.
They're
the
fun to watch.
Lakers are
Des,
like,
you said this right? The sloppiest, best team ever.
Yeah, they actually. I want to cry every time I see them play because it's just so.
It almost
it
hurts
shouldn't
me
work.
watching them
It
play.
shouldn't work.
It shouldn't. It
They
shouldn't.
play a
I know
lot-
how we're up
I-
sometimes.
but honestly, I'd say like, I don't know, if you could compare it to like an all-time team, maybe like the Jazz or something. But even then, they had like a lot better ball movement with their pick and roll. Like Lakers don't even do that. Like I don't really know what you can compare it to.
It's painful.
Shaq and
It's
Kobe.
painful. I watch
Compared
it
to Shaq.
sometimes, and I just don't want to watch.
No.
Not Shaq and Kobe. That's the closest you'll
'Cause,
get.
like Preston pointed out, like Shaq and Kobe also operated in the
Triangle.
triangle, I believe.
Yeah, I
So
mean
they have constant ball movement. Like this Lakers team, they kind of do a lot of driving kicks and like a lot of ISO plays. For the
that's
Heat, for example, this was like the first game I've seen the Heat play where they kind of abandoned their original like ball movement offense, and Jimmy ISO'd a lot today. But that's
Yeah,
like
so
the first
the-
time I've ever seen it.
The Heat's offense is a lot of dribble handoffs and a lot of off
Oh, yeah.
balls for Tyler Hero and
And Duncan.
Duncan
They
Robinson.
have more shooters.
Yeah,
By far.
yeah, they have, but they play through their shooters. So we have shooters
Yeah.
too, but we don't play through them.
yeah, Preston's right.
Especially
I agree.
since they've been garbage. So Jimmy Butler is the only guy who really
Can't shoot.
They've been garbage.
no, not that can't shoot, but that plays like that kind of isolation style.
Mhm.
And he operates out of the post similar to like how Jordan and Kobe
Jordan,
did.
Mhm.
Yep. Especially today, but then he's also like a
Like-
surprisingly great passer. Actually, like this is the second game he's had over 12
Yeah.
assists, I believe.
Yep, and
Which,
LeBron relies on, you see with the Heat, Spoelstra made LeBron play in the post. You know that?
Mhm. Yep.
Spoelstra made LeBron play in the post. And outside of that, he's really relied on pick and rolls and mismatches, and just driving kick pretty
Oh
much.
yeah.
That driving kick. Driving kick for sure. But I do remember, like the Heat in the finals against the Spurs, LeBron had a good post game. He had a good post fade. And he's more or less abandoned that. You'll see him bust it out like every now and then, but it's pretty rare.
Rarely.
Rarely. Like, I don't know. LeBron kind of operates at like a higher level of like Giannis, I guess, but like slightly less driving. But that's kind of like what LeBron operates like.
All right, I'm gonna cut off the topic because we've been on it for a while. So,
I mean, let's just say, do we think we're on the topic right now?
all right,
You know, we're talking about LeBron as a Laker. You know, how do we think him going forward? He's likely going to stay here, sign another contract to take on. Maybe he's going to do a couple 1 years. So who knows what happens once Bronny gets into the league?
Space Jam 3.
Is he good or is he bad for the Lakers long term? That's a really important question.
Long term,
Go ahead first, Gokul.
I'll just go first for this one. Like long term depends how long you're talking. I think he'll be good for like another year or two, but after that, I see like a pretty steep decline. Like even right now, you can see he can't take over games as good as he could. Like even like 2 years ago against the Warriors, like when he needed to, he could just go literally dunk the ball every time or go right into the paint. He either can't do that anymore or he just doesn't do it as much anymore. But he hasn't taken over like a single game this whole playoffs run, except defensively. I say the last game against the Nuggets, he kind of
Even
took over, I guess, and they went to him.
Even offensively, that game he took over. But yeah, I
offensively, that game he took over. Besides that, he hasn't really taken over. I mean, I guess you could say first game he took over, but that was like in garbage time, and he put up stats when it was meaningless. So, like I said, I think he got another year or two, but then after that, like, I mean, they have AD, but then what? You know, they gotta rely on free agents and all that. I thought they had a really good young core with Brandon Ingram's obviously an all-star. LeBron can be not LeBron. Lonzo can be an all-star at some point. I think he'll be one of the better wing defenders, probably one of the best passers in the league. You know, he gave that up too. So I don't know, we'll see. But past 2-3 years, I don't think the future's looking that bright unless they pull off some miracles in free agency. That's what I think.
Can I go next?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Gokul's absolutely wrong on this one. I think you know why?
Okay.
The one it comes down to two words: clutch sports. That agency is taking over. They're getting so many players. They got Lonzo. You don't think clutch sports is the reason why we have Anthony Davis? We're probably gonna have it for the next, I want to say, at least 5 years. At least. There's no way he would ever leave.
I agree.
That's AD. You got a top 5 player in the world for the next 5 years. They have cap space. Even with LeBron signing a contract right now, they still have the cap space offseason of 2022, right? Or is it 2021? 2021, I believe. They could get Bradley Beal, get like Zach LaVine. They have the cap space. They finally have good management. LA looks stable again because of LeBron. That's why I think long term, I think that's why he was good for us.
I mean, like you said though, you're relying a lot on free agency, and I mean we're like in a free agent draft.
All right, here's
the
my
last
take
7 years.
Yeah.
So, zip, 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 zip. All right, LeBron. All right, he wants to finish his career in LA, and he said that. So, I think that the Lakers should leverage that to sign him for less because in a couple of years he's not going to be worth the amount that he's getting paid right now. Obviously, he's going to decline, but I think his role will completely change. I think that he's going to turn more into a point guard. And I think they're going to have to run an actual offense through Anthony Davis or through whoever else we sign. So as long as we can sign him for less, I think we'll be good.
Real quick, Preston.
I'll be honest with you.
I think LeBron would be insulted if you didn't sign him for a max, and I think that would be damaging to the relationship. It's sort of similar to when.
Let me add this in. The Lakers knowingly gave Kobe that contract, that last contract he had. Mm-hmm. Knowing it wasn't worth the value they would get, but out of respect for what he brought the city. Now, obviously LeBron will not have brought. Let me finish my statement, my guy. Obviously, LeBron is not. I just started talking. Shut up. Obviously, LeBron is not the Lakers and has not brought the same type of pedigree to the Lakers as LeBron can. But just to keep up the Laker brand, the Lakers operate almost as a small business, a small family-run business, and they operate off of respect and loyalty.
Yeah, they definitely throw.
They will give LeBron a max to finish out his career. That is the only reason I say that this could be, if they sign for like a 4-year contract after this, bad for the Lakers long term because the handicaps are cap space. Now, if they're gonna do 1 to 2 years, I see it being nowhere. It can't be a negative for the Lakers at all. It simply can't be. Especially, I think we'll do great in free agency in the next years. I think people forget that this is the first year that the Lakers have been together with LeBron and AD. What usually happens is a team improves the second year. They're not supposed to win a championship the first year. The only other team that's done that in recent history is the Celtics. So they're only going to get better next year. They have free agency 2021 where they can sign another max player, which
Like
is
I'm saying.
absolutely disgusting.
Like I'm saying.
So
And that's 2 young. They could probably get 2 young superstars because they have AD already. You hit someone like a Bradley Beal, like I
Who
said.
do you think they should sign? Bradley Beal?
Bradley Beal better be on top of that.
becomes the best option.
So
but I like Bradley Beal top. Like, he's top of my list.
So that's assuming that a Bradley Beal AD team could eventually win a championship, because we're assuming eventually LeBron's not going to be in the picture. I don't know, maybe.
I could see LeBron averaging, if he's averaging like I don't know 18 and like 7 assists, they could still win a championship with that trio. You don't think so?
I don't know. I feel like 18 and 7 is a bit too low. Maybe like 21 and 8 I can see it.
Well, I mean, they're winning it right now. They're
Also,
only getting production like that from 2 players.
I don't see LeBron averaging that low numbers at any point. Like I guess it could happen, but I'm saying right now I highly doubt his scoring production goes under 20 points a game in his career.
If he's
last
playing
season.
till he's 40, I could definitely see it dropping below 20 points. And he becomes more of a facilitating point guard role. That's definitely a possibility.
What I think though is LeBron will keep playing up until he's on top of the scoring list, because I definitely know he knows he's close and he knows he can do it, and I know that he pays attention to those numbers. So I think he'll keep playing hard until he's at the top. So however long that takes him, he's putting up numbers, in my opinion.
Probably the end of next year. Wait, how many points behind is he? 4,000?
2 years.
Actually, I
2
forgot.
years.
Yeah, 2 years.
I'm sorry. 2022. Then probably end of 2022.
But that's 37. That's 37. He has to play until he's like 38, 39 for Bronny.
Yeah.
Hmm.
hmm
If Bronny makes it to the NBA,
Yeah, that's assuming. That's
if.
more assumptions.
That's more assumptions.
Yeah.
And
So-
I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
I
I
Bronny has
definitely
to
think
grow
Bronny
in a
makes it
minute.
to the NBA. Bronny makes it to the NBA.
Mm,
He's
I don't know,
good.
dude. He's not that good, though.
He's a freshman.
He's a freshman.
I know, but I mean, wasn't everybody like drooling
He's a
over
sophomore.
That little midget,
No,
what's
he's
his
a-
name? Newman, the little midget, what's his name?
Julian Newman.
Julian Newman has no chance.
That's a
But
different
also-
conversation for another day.
Wait, like real quick, just to clarify, like Preston said, I'm pretty sure he's a sophomore now, right?
Yeah, he's a sophomore.
he's a sophomore
He
now.
just finished his freshman year at Sierra Canyon. He
Yeah.
came off the bench and obviously at Sierra Canyon, but he was good, but like offensively he's pretty limited right now. He needs to expand his game a whole lot, and he's not that tall. He's only like 6'2". So if he hits another growth spurt, then potentially. But right now at 6'2", I don't know. He's limited offensively.
I don't know about y'all, but a 6'2", 15-year-old's pretty tall. He's
I
gonna
mean,
hit another growth.
He's got to
hit
be
another
6'6". He's got to be 6'6" at least.
But we're talking about
Yeah, he's gonna hit another growth spurt. Yeah, he's gonna hit another growth
not
spurt.
training a 6'5".
Okay, but also
right now.
Christian, if you look
I've
at
been 15.
if you
I've
look at
seen
the
all of us
top
at 15.
prospects,
We grew.
if you look at the top prospects though, at 15, 16 years old, like some of them are like 6'5", 6'6". So I mean,
Some of them.
Some people hit different growth spurts.
a lot of
Gokul.
them, a lot of small. Okay, I know you're gonna bring up like AD and stuff, but I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe
Yeah, I
it
was
could
gonna- I
happen. I,
was gonna
highly
bring up-
doubt it.
I want to
I
go for
highly
a lot.
doubt. I almost guarantee that Bronny's not going to be as tall as LeBron. I doubt he'll be over 6'7", honestly.
You forget he has
Yes.
them Greek god genetics, Gokul. He has Greek god genetics
Bronny?
flowing through
What
his
do you
vein.
mean?
LeBron
He's got
James is his
he's got
father.
amazing resources too. We'll have to judge it based off his sophomore season.
Mhm. Yeah.
I
But
mean,
well, I'm just talking about like regression to the mean. Like, it's a much higher chance that he's shorter than LeBron. Like,
Oh,
shorter
yeah,
6'7".
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I thought LeBron was like 6'8", 6'9".
6'9".
here, Preston, let me ask you this: suppose Bronny was not LeBron's son; he was just some random kid who's like playing this good. Would he be this famous? And as like people think he's like that good, it's like, dang, Bronny's good. Let me ask you that.
Definitely not.
He played with Mikey Williams, so he'd be getting looks.
Yeah.
But he'd be a high. He'd probably be a 3 or 4 star recruit. Nothing crazy. I mean, that is
Okay.
crazy, but you know what I mean. As far
Yeah,
as
yeah. Like
as far as
NBA
first
status
round draft
wise,
potential, like
yeah.
he's not a
You gotta
guaranteed
be like,
draft pick.
yeah,
He'd have to really perform in college and improve his game. But like I said, he's got to grow. He's got to become an elite shooter. He's not an elite shooter yet. Especially since that's what the game is demanding now, and it's looking like if he were to go to the NBA, he ended up being like a 2 guard.
Mhm.
This is kind of off topic, but do you think the pressure of being LeBron's first son is gonna get to him right now? Because, he's got a lot of followers, dude. I mean, people are gonna be keeping an eye on him. It's a lot of pressure, dude.
No, LeBron's a good dad.
There's already a big guy at that point, relatively speaking, for his age. So
But not everyone's built like LeBron.
He's showing, because he's not be as famous as LeBron, like smoking weed, like during.
it's just there's no social media back then. But like Bronny's honestly like a super normal kid from what I've seen. He seems like an extremely normal kid. He's like not doing too much. He's like just staying in his own lane. He like streams 2K and stuff. I don't think like the fame is like that significant in his life to where he's like doing.
Yeah, I don't
dumb
think so.
stuff or
I
whatever.
think it's just social media.
Yeah, I think.
Catch
I
you
mean-
lacking.
I mean, he's been pretty decent, like in terms of like keeping his image clean for the most part, outside of like 2 things that have happened recently. I suppose it happened for a 3rd time that he did something dumb. Then I think that's probably like intervention point where it's like you're kind of tarnishing your image. But I think at this point it's whatever. I think he's fine.
And that's a really hard and young age to have this many eyes on you.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't.
So I'm not putting much stock into that at all.
I mean,
All right, man. It was just a question. I mean, COVID got everybody doing dumb stuff right now. So
Exactly.
speaking of COVID, like Gokul, where's your transition at?
Oh snap, bro! Talking about COVID now. I mean, COVID's changed a lot. Like you talk about like just the NBA stuff. Like this is the most unique NBA playoffs in history. Like there's nothing even comparable. They're literally playing in Disney World. Like that's crazy. So they're playing with virtual audiences. Like you go back 10, 15 years, like people couldn't even comprehend this. I think just living in these times like we are right now, we kind of take for granted or don't realize like it's becoming very normalized really quickly. Like I think like 20 years down the line, we're gonna realize like, holy frick, it was like a crazy time back then. It was like a revolutionary time. Like everything's changing. Like I talked about just basketball, but like you got e-commerce coming up, that's changing. The way like people are gonna like be employed and like how work is gonna work. A lot of that stuff is gonna happen remotely. Because for example, like businesses and companies have already seen that they don't need to pay millions of dollars to have people on site in the office. They just do that online. So I think that's one big way stuff is going to change. So, I mean, I like to hear what you guys think.
that's a little optimistic, my guy. I think we have until.
I don't know if I was being optimistic.
I mean, I'm more pessimistic, man. If you want to call it what it is, but like,
me
but
too.
like, what do you think I was being optimistic about?
or maybe not optimistic, but I don't know. I'm a bit more cynical about how we're gonna come out of this. I mean, it's great to like save money on stuff like that, but the amount of jobs that we're losing and all that, yeah, it leads you to need to reevaluate like how our society works and like how we spend money and stuff like that. Which is something like I don't think on like on mass we've had to do it since at least the Great Depression.
Hmm.
I mean, the 20s are never a good year, and we're just in another version of the 20s. So.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, well, I was more like talking about a lot of stuff is just gonna happen online now. That and then, I mean, also entertainment. A lot of that stuff's gonna happen online. Like AMC's closing a lot of their branches and theaters here in the United States, so that's another
How are
thing
you gonna
that's
go
like
on sucky dates anymore? Like, how am I? You know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all just
that's
gonna
a,
have to. She's gonna have to come over to your house, first date, hop on the couch, watch a movie. I
Quarantine
guess,
and
just
chill,
like
Des.
that.
Quarantine and chill.
Quarantine and chill,
fuck
bro.
that, bro. You have to
This
find
ain't
it first.
difficult.
It's
This
tough.
ain't difficult.
Says
That's
the
that's
says the taken man.
that. What do you think I did the first time, bro? Well, actually, it's not true. We hung out outside on the bluff. And for those of you that don't know, the bluff is an overlook view area at LMU. What? Why you trying to put me out like that, bro?
Christian,
Tell the
sounds like
people
you
right
bluffing
So I
now.
was
right
just
now.
Tell the
gonna, so
people
I was just
right
gonna
now.
cut that part, I guess.
Tell the people right
I ain't
now.
cutting
What did you
shit.
say? Bluff pass?
Yeah, bro. That's a word on the street.
Well, it is, but he is correct. He is correct. That is the local puff puff pass spot for LMU students. But no, we were not partaking in those activities. We just met up outside. But the quarantine and chill is not a bad option, bro. You ain't gotta do nothing. Just turn on a Netflix movie, talk a little bit, ignore the movie, or enjoy the movie. It's up to you. But you
You
don't
ain't
need the
got
theater.
you ain't gotta do
Why
nothing
am
but
I paying
something.
14? Why am I paying 14.50 for a little bucket of popcorn, bro?
I recommend putting on Austin Powers because it'll be kind of funny in the beginning and then the movie gets really bad, so you just want to shut off the movie and get to it. That's what I
This
did.
is
Quarantine
first
Let's
date,
quarantine
bro.
let's keep
movie
the
This
rec-
is first
podcast
date.
family friendly.
Yeah, what are you talking
I
about?
didn't
Let's
provide
keep
any
the
details. You're the one who's suggesting it's not family
Nah,
friendly.
bro.
When are
What
we
are
taking
you
the quiz,
talking
Gokul? When are we taking the quiz?
Nah, we're never discussing that quiz
Oh,
ever.
we
No, we're not
talking-
bringing it up.
It's the quiz coming up
We
a few
can't.
episodes.
There's
Not
a
now.
there's
not now.
a quiz we're gonna take. It's about like sports and so really interesting. I think you guys will like it. But yeah, I mean, going back to the original topic we were talking about, I think another thing that is going to be an indirect response to coronavirus eventually down the line is going to be like increase of VR technology, stuff like that. I know AMD stock has gone up a lot, and that's used widely in like gaming devices and VR as well. So I think that's going to be the next big thing to look out for.
What?
Virtual reality technology. I think
I'm
that's like,
talking. I'm here to talk about augmented reality, my guy. You
yeah, that
imagine
too.
drop me into an Assassin's Creed game where I feel like I'm in the 1600s, bro. Just change
Why
my
would
skin
I-
color. It's gonna
That's
be
not-
fun,
that's
bro.
not-
Change my skin color.
Yeah,
It's gonna
that's
be
what I was
fun.
trying to say. Why would I, a black man, want to
I don't-
go
if-
back to-
You guys can't see
Christian's built
Christian,
different
but
is what he's trying to say.
Christian is
Nah, they think
Caucasian.
he's Indian as well.
Yeah, I think Christian
Nah,
Indian.
you put me in 1700
Bro,
America.
just put him
I'm gonna look like
bro,
a Native
Prince of
American.
Persia, bro.
Exactly.
That was Christian.
But-
Prince of Persia.
I morph to whatever environment I'm in.
But,
That's the ethnic ambiguity, bro.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen Ready Player One or read the books, but I think that's like very feasible to happen within our
I agree.
lifetimes.
They sell. I mean, 2K is already kind of doing this. Like, you buy virtual clothes with real money. Like, you do
Exactly.
stuff. Microtransactions. Like,
Exactly.
Just start selling this like real estate and online.
Yes.
I mean,
Like, let me real quick I don't know, for you guys that haven't read the book or seen the movie, pretty much Ready Player One is this massive online game, pretty much. And you put on a headset and you go into this virtual reality place, and they have like schools in there. Like, pretty much all the schooling happens virtually. You buy property online, buy cars online, all that stuff is happening. And people think that's so far fetched. Like, why would I buy property with real money, like non tangible property? Like, bro, that happens in GTA. Like, people spend real money buying stuff that's depending on how you look at it, some people might say it's real, but I mean, it's not tangible. But I mean, people already do that, so I definitely think one day down the line that's going to be a
Let
huge
me ask a real
thing.
question. What is preventing me in the virtual world from going in and coding myself a mansion? It's a nice car.
They definitely gonna have people that can code better than you, faster than you.
That
Make it.
Or
Are
is
you
it
talking-
is it just illegal? Or is it just illegal?
It could probably be both.
Yeah, it could be
Mhm.
both. But the other thing is, like, I suppose you can make your own game or server, right? Where it's just you. But like,
Yeah. Oh, like mod your own.
that's kind of like playing GTA.
Gmod,
Yeah, that's
Gary's
like
mod.
playing like there's GTA cheats, right? Where you can like get whatever you want, but people still spend money to play online with other people, you know. So I think that was like the solution.
Well,
Like,
let me just say this. Think about this. Think about this for 1 second.
We're listening,
What
Uncle
if-
Preston.
What if you play so long that your mind actually thinks you're in the game, and then you die in the game, and your mind just shuts off,
Yo,
and
don't
because
play
you
Madden.
think you're dead, but you're like
Madden.
Yo, this
your
is
mind
some.
just
this
shuts
song
it's
off.
like the
It's-
Matrix.
no, it's
That's
like Inception.
borderline simulation
It's like
theory.
it's like
You
Inception,
said,
bro.
surrogate. I think that's what it is. Surrogate, like you.
Or the Matrix too. Like this sounds a lot like the Matrix.
So you
But
guys think we're gonna
actually-
make a simulation within our simulation?
Why not?
Bro,
as long
don't
as
give
we're
me-
ran- as long as we're
yo,
ran,
you-
we should be fine.
Yo, Sal, Preston think we're in a simulation too.
Bro, the simulation theory, that's a topic
It's
for another
2020.
day.
They're just testing us.
That's the
Like,
topic for
exactly.
another day.
Or they made it like 20 billion years ago, and then they just checked it now, and they were just like, oh, let's F around in 2020. That was just the year they happened to
Exactly.
pause on when they were fast forwarding.
hmm But I mean, taking a serious note on what you're saying, like they've done studies and stuff and MRI'd people while they're in virtual reality or playing video games, and a lot of the sensations, the way they affect the brainwaves and patterns is like real feedback. You know, it's like getting into a car crash in a game, stuff like that, has a similar but lessened effect on your brainwaves and stuff like that. Like you
That
play
makes
that
sense.
stuff long enough, they still make some kind of impact. You know. It's kind of like being in a horror movie when you're so entranced into the movie that a jump scare happens and you like actually get scared, even though like you know the thing inside the TV can't affect you.
Yo, speaking from experience, Gokul be screaming so loud during scary movies.
I'm
Jumping.
not gonna deny it. That is true.
What was it? Was it The Conjuring or Insidious?
It was a Conjuring and Insidious both.
Insidious got me so bad. I watched it for the first time last year. Oh my god, dude. I was making so much noise. It was ridiculous.
Y'all some babies, man.
Yo, who's trying to
I'll
carve
hold you. I'm
pumpkins
not-
with me?
Pumpkin patch day? No more pumpkin patch days,
Y'all,
Christian.
wait, y'all think trick or treating? I don't think that's gonna happen. What do y'all think?
Better
There's no
not.
way.
Dude,
Something-
better
I
not
told my
happen.
mom there's no way these Karens are letting, like, they're not allowing their
Hey,
kids
hey, if a kid
to have some fun.
knocks
I'm
on
not
my
gonna
door,
lie.
If a kid pulls up to my house, I will probably not open the door.
I'm knocking their parents out. What do you mean?
I'm
I'm
not.
knocking
I'm
their
not.
parents out. I don't care.
I'm knocking the kid out. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, yo, you were talking about family
Yo,
friendly.
y'all
Family
can cut
friendly.
that. Y'all can cut that in post.
I ain't
Yo,
cutting
this
it.
Podcast canceled before it even
Why
released.
it's a big deal? They're already gonna be wearing masks.
I'm gonna put masks on my front porch, bro, and then notes inside that say you're a garbage piece of human, bro.
That, like,
Let
I
me
don't
tell
get
you
why
this,
people
though.
are putting up Halloween decorations.
You know why
Like,
this
I
is
was-
gonna happen, especially in Santa Clarita. One of my sister's friends had a birthday party sleepover, so they're all 10-year-olds.
Wait, what?
14 girls had a sleepover, and my parents were the only one that said, "Nah, that's actually stupid." Of all the parents out here.
Well, I mean, bro, this is just like when we have zombies happen, when they get patched into the game, like, I'm not trusting half
It's
the
gonna
people
happen,
that
bro.
are outside. Yo, I mean, they said rabies can, because of the way it interacts with your
Yeah, that's the
brain,
way I see it. That's the way I see it
can
happening.
become zombified because it touches your brain.
Mhm. Like,
That's
I
terrible.
mean, just like the whole Halloween thing. Like today, I was driving back from the airport, and I like saw people putting out Halloween decorations. I thought that was kind of strange. Like, what's the point, you know? But I mean, I don't know. I guess people trying to cling on to some normalcy, I suppose. But
They put up
Any
decorations. and
kids
all
who
that.
are
There's no
listening to
harm
this
in that.
podcast right now, I'm warning you right now. Do not come
Do
to
not
my
step
house,
on
little
Goku's
children.
doorstep.
Do not knock on my door. Y'all about to meet the right hook and the left cross if you pull up to my house. And that is for your
Whoa.
own good.
Gokul gonna start yelling at him in
Living
Hindi.
lives
The
out
kids?
here.
Well, the first
kids-
thing moms tell their
I'm
kids.
saying
just threatened
lives
children?
right now, bro.
Stay away from
Gokul,
Gokul.
the first thing moms tell their kids whenever they go out in public is stay away from that guy.
Yeah, especially with that middle part, Gokul, and that handlebar mustache. Don't come anywhere near me.
Back then, I did have that. That is true. But
Don't go anywhere near that man.
I just definitely think any parent who lets their children trick or treat is completely irresponsible. And I mean, all I have to say is there's a lot of people very high up in the government who have a lot of resources and a lot of protection, and they still manage to get COVID. So don't think you're immune to it. That's all I'm saying.
I hope she sees this, Gokul. I hope she sees this, bro.
I don't know who you're talking about, but okay.
I'm not gonna name drop her. We're talking about her today,
I-
but I'm not gonna name drop her.
So y'all
Mhm.
snitching now. That's
Her name starts with an N though, and her last name starts with a D.
I actually
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I genuinely don't know who you're talking about. I'm confused.
Anyways, that's a little off topic, but well, you were talking about like some normalcy with like the decorations. I'm honestly fine with that. I don't like people can express the way they want to feel normal again, like during the pandemic, however they want, as long as it's not affecting other people. I don't see the problem with the Halloween decorations. It's not really bothering anyone.
No, there's no
Yeah.
problem with that.
Yeah.
Throw as many decorations up as you want.
Yeah, I mean,
That's like saying it's weird people throw up Christmas decorations. How is that weird?
It's kind of weird.
it might be. Yeah,
What?
Wait, what do you mean like throwing up Christmas decoration like on a yearly basis like they've been doing for the last
yeah.
like
I was just
few
messing
decades?
around, bro. But I mean, why? If I'm going on a hard stance,
What are you
why would
doing?
put extra lights on the outside of your house? Like you have a door light. It should be solid.
Yo, I'm telling you,
I mean, too,
Dez
it's-
is actually the reincarnation of Mr. Scrooge.
What?
No.
No, I'm just trying
The
to.
Grinch?
I'm just trying to go on a hard.
I always thought he was like.
The Grinch, Scrooge,
Dez-
whatever
I
you
always,
call him.
I always thought he looked like the, like the elephant that they paste, that they, like make to look like Jerry and Tom and Jerry, and he's like a bigger Jerry. So like that guy with an afro, I thought that was what Dez looked like.
No,
I have no idea what you're
Whoa, why you
talking
got an
about,
afro?
bro.
it's not a good
Why'd
take.
you got an afro?
That's a hot take, Preston.
It's a hot take.
I have no idea what Preston's talking about, dude.
I actually made
I-
it edit
I
earlier
actually
today
did
just
that.
because I was thinking about it.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
But I think it's almost about time to wrap this thing up.
Any
We gotta let the viewers go, the listeners go.
closing remarks, Preston?
Yeah, check the group chat.
But I mean, I hope y'all enjoyed, listening to what we had to say. We enjoyed having you guys. If you have any questions, drop them below in the comment. We might, answer them next time we have the podcast. The podcasts are going to be, today's like an unusual schedule. It's usually not going to be Sundays. Usually it's going to be Fridays at 8. But yeah, like definitely tune in. I mean, this is just our first podcast, so we got a lot of work to do. I know we do, but hopefully did good for the first time, and look forward to seeing y'all later.
Please subscribe
This
if you're on
podcast,
YouTube.
Yeah.
Support us on
Hey.
YouTube. What else is going? iTunes. Wait, go. We got to plug
Y'all
everywhere.
need to- Y'all need.
We got
y'all need to hit the
iTunes.
follow, like, subscribe, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. You need to listen and link on to everything, bro. Next episode, we coming in with some more hot tape. The setup's gonna be better, audio's gonna be better. Transitions, I guarantee you, I
Exactly.
promise you, will be better. If they are not, I will end my contract with this podcast. So that's on me. All right,
We're
y'all.
just gonna make sure it's all bad so he ends it.
That's right. We're starting to try and make our way up to the starting lineup. But for right now, we're signing off. So good night.
Good night, everybody.
Please.